A Canadian man has gone on a shooting rampage in a courtroom in the Philippines. Police say the 66-year-old, who had lived in the Philippines for some time, killed 2 people before he was shot by the police. As Paul Johnson explains, it may all have been triggered by an ongoing legal dispute.
In a country already coping with a deadly wave of gun violence, this was almost beyond description. Authorities say Canadian John Pope, facing charges of illegal weapons possession, smuggled a gun into the courtroom and shot dead both his accuser and his accuser's lawyer, and then wounded a court official. Pope died in hospital a couple of hours later. I heard gunshots, this clerk said, and when I went out of our office, I saw a foreigner carrying a gun. It happened in Cebu City, the country's second largest city, where Pope had been living for a number of years. In his mid-60s, some described him as a retired journalist who'd been publicly identified as having a long-standing grudge against the man he allegedly murdered today. Here he was, interviewed on Philippine television in 2011.
I wanted to be prepared. This guy, Foles, once came to my apartment at 2 o'clock in the morning with 2 armed police officers and an armed bodyguard with their guns out and swung a baseball bat inches from my face.
Police are investigating his background and still trying to figure out exactly how he got the gun into a courtroom. Unlike other East Asian countries, the Philippines has an enthusiastic gun culture, and a recent spate of high-profile shootings have prompted a government crackdown and calls for reform.